What's up, everyone? Jesse here again. So you want to be an entrepreneur? Well, I'm here to tell you that this isn't something that's for everyone. And if you think this is going to be easier than getting a real job, you're going to be in for a huge shock. But in today's video, we're going to go over some of the characteristics of what makes an entrepreneur. Let's get it. Okay, again, I want to start off by saying that being an entrepreneur isn't something that's for everyone. I think it takes a specific type of person to do this. And if you think this is going to be easier, then you're in for a huge shock, and this is not something that you should be doing. Here are some of the characteristics that I think make an entrepreneur. Well, at least these are some of the things that I see in myself. Let me know if you share any of these characteristics in the comment section below. So I think one of the most important qualities of being an entrepreneur is resiliency. You have to have the ability to get back up every time you fail, every time you get knocked down. When you fall down and when you get knocked down, there's going to always be people who are going to stand by and kick you and take advantage of you. And you have to be able to continually get back up and get back up over and over and over again. No matter how many times you fail, you continually get back up. Because eventually one time you're going to succeed. You just have to keep trying and keep going back at it. That resiliency is what is really important in being an entrepreneur, and probably the most important part of being an entrepreneur. Okay, so by nature, I'm kind of a risk taker. When I say a risk taker, I don't mean doing things that could be directly dangerous to my life, but doing things that could be dangerous to my wallet and therefore affect my life. It's kind of like gambling in Las Vegas, but having less risk with more control over the risk and the outcome. I'm not someone who really conforms easily, and I'm someone who always questions everything. I always want to hear both sides of the argument, and sometimes my opinion ends up being somewhere in the middle of those two sides. But I like to be able to form my own opinion on things, and I think that's an important part of being an entrepreneur, because if you listen to side A or side B and just take that as the truth, then you're not going to really be able to form your own opinions and move forward in things. I'm also not very good at doing something because that's the way it's done. A lot of times people say that because that's the way it's done, but again, going back to my earlier point, I think you have to question things and find out why it's done like that. A lot of times there's a better way to do things. I believe in innovation and believe that it's never complete. There's always a better way to do things. And tomorrow there'll be a better way to do that same thing all over again. There's always plenty of improvements to be made in the way things are done. If you think that you should do something because this is the way it's done, then you might not be a good entrepreneur. Personally, I'm somebody who will never consider myself a guru in things because I believe that you're never done learning. No matter how much you know, you always have more to learn on the subject. Even if you, quote, wrote the book on something, there's still something out there that you don't know about it. There's still parts of it that haven't been explored. There's still always things to learn. And I think having an open mind and understanding that you always have things to learn is a good quality in an entrepreneur. One of the things I love most about being an entrepreneur is I feel that there's no ceilings. A lot of other friends I have who work in corporate jobs, they kind of have a ceiling of how far up they can go. If you're in sales, you can move up to sales manager, or maybe you can move up to a vice president, but there becomes a limit of how high you can go. When you're an entrepreneur, there really is no limit, and you can do as much as you want and grow as much as you want. And a lot of entrepreneurs end up growing really big companies. There's nothing wrong with the people who like having corporate jobs, but it's just one of those things where it's not for me because I don't like the ceiling. I don't like the maxing out. Once you find something that works, the harder you work at it, the more money you can make. You don't really have a salary limit. But you also don't have the security of having a salary like you do in a corporate job. Being an entrepreneur, you have no limit to where you can go with it, but there isn't the security of that you're going to have the salary and you're always going to make at least this much. At the same time, it's kind of that double-edged sword, but that's what I mean by this all being a gamble. Those are just some of the things I can think of right now off the top of my head. What do you have to add to that list? Comment in the comment section below with what you have to add to that list and what you think makes an entrepreneur. Please don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you'll be notified next time I upload a video. Also, if you really like this content, please click like on this video. It'll really help me with the YouTube algorithm and getting exposure to other people out there. Stay safe, see you in the next one, and remember, let's get it.